Hey, so it's Miss Cool today doing a little small rant. The sun's in my eye. Let me move up a little bit here and park. Anyhow, sometimes if I want to rant and something's on my mind, I like to pull over and say how I feel. So, being that, everybody see I'm in park. Everybody see I've turned off this vehicle. Okay, here's my rant today. Thinking about all this marijuana stuff that's been passing, and I think it's all good. But can everybody just start being a little bit more honest? Miss Cool says, you know what, if you just want to party and you want to get high, there is recreational use. But you know, back in the day, they did say that marijuana gives guy boobs. Does it give a guy some boobies? Because if it does, if I was a dude, I wouldn't want nobody messing with my masculinity. Also, what I want to know is if it helps epilepsy. That's really cool. That's very, very cool. What else I want to say is, if it helps children, I say for convulsions, that's good. What's bothering me is the names, okay? Why don't people just admit it and say, you know, this diesel, sweet diesel, and all these different names of herb, get them high. I mean, there's a lot of adults that just really want to focus on the children and helping when they need to admit that they like getting high. They learned a lot when they were high. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything, but I have dated a few men in my life that did like herb. I mean, they panicked when they got to the chicken heart. That means like the corner of the bag with the herb in it. They actually panicked like an alcoholic. They just really needed it. So nobody's really talking about the other stuff that goes with it. Like I said, a lot of people are saying, oh, it helps the children. It's medicine. Okay, if it's medicine, why are we calling it sweet diesel? And all these other kind of psychedelic names. So, you know, I'm willing to have an open mind to different things, and everybody's real happy about it. But there's some kickbacks to it. What about this deal that, you know, if you smoke a lot of herb all the time, you could become like lazy, or you could be like schizophrenic, or, you know, it can cause some different things. Right now, I am drug-free, and I get to say that because I came off a really strong benzo that I was on for quite a while, and I'm sleeping really good, handling life, doing what I need to do. So anytime something like gets you wasted, I mean, I'm not saying I haven't smoked any herb in my life, but back in the day when we did, trust me, you know, we didn't always just munch out. We actually became confused. You know, and our brains became, you know, euphoric or what is that word? Anyway, we were kind of buzzed. We felt good. You know, some people say, you know, when you hear a song and you're stoned, you can kind of hear every instrument, which is cool. But there's a lot of things that they're not talking to us about. They're not talking to us about, like, needing it for, like, other reasons besides the children. Why don't the stoners just admit it that they like to get high? If they would admit that, Miss Cool would really like that today. Okay? Don't really have anything to say about politics on this rant. Can't stand tailgaters. Tailgaters are the worst. They cause a lot of anxiety. I'm not going to go into the big rant about why people can't just like lock their doors anymore, because they have an excuse for everything, you know. They've got to just keep pushing that button. The main thing I want to say about that is the guy that created, you know, push a button to see if your car's locked, audio here, did not realize of the noise pollution that he created for other people that, you know, might be artists, painting, or, you know, creating, or just a whole world of horns going off because somebody can't lock a car. So why are the key locks on there? I don't know. Is it a last resort? I understand, you know, hit your button on there if you're being raped or something, but to actually sit down at a panel and say, okay, everybody, we're going to create a key and a card that they push a button so they can hear if it's locked. First thing I want to tell the guy that invented this, blind people can't drive, all right? You could have put a laser, you could have did a vibrator, and you could have thought of noise pollution. Just think about it. You know those little things they give you in a restaurant when your table's ready? What about that? I mean, what's the only option is these horns going off? I think it's weird. I think America's lazy. I think America's like, your microwave's too slow. Everything's a fast, fax it, rush it. You know, some things are good about it, but actually, you know, we could have taken some time on that one and thought about it. because noise pollution's an issue for Miss Cool, and it is for a lot of people, but they don't want to admit it. So it's me doing another rant. Have a good day. If you need to smoke pot and you'd like to get high, just say it. Don't use the excuse it's medicine, okay, all the time, when you know you just like getting a buzz. And you like to wake and bake. And you like to be high. Sometimes being sober, you can find out a lot of things about yourself as well. I have. I am sober. It's Miss Cool saying, what's up?